Hey guys, so I'm back here just giving some tips and tricks on how to play Penny in Season 6. I know a lot of people were bummed out that she got that nerf. I'm pretty bummed out too, not gonna lie, but hopefully with these tips you could still make her playable and fun to play too. So you see right there at the start, I'm throwing those mines. Now, sometimes if you're lucky, you get support, so you get a quick pick off a support or like a squishy character, but usually what ends up happening is that the tanks will end up just walking on it. But hey, at least it's a quick like 10% ult charge, right? So you'll see the whole time in this game, I noticed the thing a lot of pennies mess up, and you'll see me not really use my stuns too often for this reason, is that you can only have so many of those webs down on the ground at once. So every time I'm throwing out a stun, it's because I'm like pretty positive, like 90% sure I'm gonna land it. Now, you see our Moon Knight cleaned up house real quick there. I don't know how he even got his ult that fast. That was incredible. But so you see now I have some mines, so I'm gonna be looking for where I might want to place them. And yeah, I'd like to put some, just like, think of that as like your primary defense, just getting them down on the ground. They went Iron Man to try to counter Penny. Iron Man is usually a pretty good counter to Penny. Anybody that could get an off angle and just break that nest, but he's not going to be able to push up far enough that he could really have that impact. And you notice I'm putting those mines in the back again. That's to just catch those supports off guard. I want to make it, the main goal on Penny is to just take advantage of as much ground as possible. So by making it so the supports never really feel comfortable walking back, you put them in an awkward position. So you're making the enemies go into a bad position themselves. If they walk back, they blow up. If they go forward, they're getting shot by my teammates. See right there, the mines I placed earlier got a pick on the invisible woman. Iron Man is still poking at us. You see when I place those mines as well on the ground, always put them in your webs. Iron Man, anyone on the other team can shoot them as much as they want. They'll never break because they're on my webs. So we're pushing up pretty far. We've got a good grasp on the team fight right here. Hulk is just popping his ult. We're just dominating this fight. It's not really contested. I know that I used my web earlier, so I'm going to come back while everyone's distracted and kind of set up for that next team fight. Just get ahead of things. That's a big thing on Penny. A lot of times it'll feel like you're not doing too much, but you're setting up. Now, I see the Cloak and Dagger is ulting, and I don't want to let them get any ground for this fight. So I'm going to go ahead and ult and just take all that ground back. If they step on those webs, they're probably going to die. So you see my ult ends right there, so there's not too much I can really do. I stunned the Strange to try to get him dead, but unfortunately that Bucky pulls me in and stun locks me, and you know, I just go down. But my team's able to kind of clean up house right there and make it so that doesn't really matter too much. We had enough pressure that the team could come back from that. Now, so you see as I'm going, I'm always putting down my nest when I'm walking forward, and that's to get that speed boost. You want to get the poles and then the speed boost. Now, good note is you don't need to put your webs as close as I'm putting them together right here, but I'm doing that because I want them to not have any space to walk through this choke. I want them, if they want to touch the point, they gotta go on my webs. That's the only way, unless Strange goes up top. But you see our Hulk is just pressuring him. No flyers are getting past us. So their Punisher ults right here. This is a bit of a high pressure situation. I'm just gonna hide around the corner, just shimmy around here until I get a chance to pop back out. You see that Emma comes forward, dies. Bucky comes forward, dies. That's the benefit of having the webs. And as the game's coming to an end here, I'm putting my webs all around the point. If they even touch it, they're gonna die. So, hope you enjoyed that quick guide on Penny. You know, a lot of times you're just kind of sitting back. You're not, doesn't really feel like you're doing too much, but just keep in mind, you're letting your team play their way they're playing. Your whole team is getting that passive healing, passive shields, you know, and you're really helping out the whole team. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.